Well, hi there, YouTube world.
Hello, everyone.
Our friends and families. Gardner-Webb. Our lunch table audience.
Yeah, and pretty much anyone else who happens to stumble across this YouTube show.
So this is going to be a regular thing. David's going to tell you a little bit about why we're doing this. David?
Okay. Earlier this year, Rebekah and I were sitting at the dinner table with one of our...
Table.
Was it lunch?
It was lunch.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I thought it was dinner because I thought it was late.
I don't eat dinner in the cab.
Well, I don't either normally, but I feel like I was that time.
That did happen like twice that we were both in there at dinner, even though we don't.
Because it was first semester and Hoops was there.
It was dinner. You're right. It probably was.
Well, anyway, it was a table in the cafeteria, regardless of the time of day. Maybe lunch, maybe dinner. That will leave you in suspense on that until we can actually figure that out, which we may never do. Anyway, we were sitting there, and our friend Hoops Radcliffe,
Maggie, Margaret, Anna Louise,
Mags, we were having a conversation with her, and Hannah Dagenhart was there as well, and we were just going back and forth, and apparently Rebekah and I were on a roll, and we were quite funny that evening, and Hoops told us that we should have a radio show, and that she would tune in and enjoy our crazy antics.
So, with that idea in mind, we convinced a few people that we actually, in fact, were going to have a radio show. And the story was this new radio station of WGWG, which is not new, but the new, what is it called? The Range?
The Range, yeah.
Well, we said that next semester we are contracted for a session in the radio show every week. And convinced a few people. We told the truth in the end to most people, except for Stephen Thomas. He still thinks that we're having this radio show. But anyway, instead of all that, we are starting this show.
Right, because we figure we were funny and that we'd be funny on the radio, but a lot of times our faces are part of the joke because we make sort of weird faces, and so we figured you guys might as well enjoy that as well. Plus, who knows what sort of crazy antics we can get up to with a video camera and all that sort of thing.
So for our first episode, we are here on location in my kitchen. And we are going to tell you a little bit about what we are going to have, the segments during the show. We are going to have life lessons with David and Rebekah, in which you will learn some very important things about functioning well in life after college.
Right, graduate school, or anything after college, really.
Yes. Maybe even in college, maybe?
Maybe. We may delve back into our past.
We may have some shout-out time.
Right.
You know, see, they're all cheering now.
Yeah, because they're all like, I want to get shouted out too.
Right.
Well, you know, we will.
You want to tell about other, maybe like this one?
Okay, sure, yeah. One of the segments that we're going to have is Rebekah and I will each prepare a question for the other, but the other person won't know what the question is. And it's sort of like a hot seat moment where they're on the spot and they have to answer the question. Nothing too difficult, not like what is your stance on yada, 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 or whatever, but just some, either random facts or, favorite state or, something like that, and just an opportunity for you guys to get to know us a little bit better and not feel like we're so prepared in our answer that we're just sort of reading off of a script.
Also, apart from our questions for one another, if you all would like to ask questions, you do that. Where do you do that?
Well, you can comment on our YouTube page, because that's where we'll upload this video on YouTube. You can go and on the page where the video is, you can comment and you can write your questions there. You can write your comments. If you want to get a shout out, you can say, "Hey, shout out at me," or whatever. Pretty much anything, because we'll go through and we'll read all of the comments. We may not respond to all of them.
Like fan mail.
But we will address the ones that really stand out in our minds in the videos, and you guys will know, we'll answer the questions or deal with the topics that you guys have as much as possible.
Well, how about we start out with our first 2 shout-outs, do a couple questions, and wrap things up.
All right, sounds good.
All right, our very first shout-out goes out to Mr. Gare Paul Bulch.
Yeah, Gare.
He is our biggest fan.
He is.
And one more. Shall I give that one?
Yeah, this shout-out goes to Tyler Allen, who has threatened to watch all of our videos because we told him that he would not. So hopefully he will maintain that threat and watch all of our videos in our face. Right.
Right. Okay. Questions. Would you like me to ask the first question for you?
Sure. Let's go ahead. I'm a little nervous. But
well, once upon a time, you and I and our good friend Megan, who we'll talk about later, went on a fun shopping trip to Gaffney.
Right.
And we passed a building. And we so happened to be planning our show at that time. But we passed a building, and it had a name on it, and it made me wonder something that perhaps you could answer.
Okay.
Okay.
I was like, I hope she's not asking me to remember what the name of the building was, because I don't.
Why does the word laundromat have an O in it? Why is it spelled laundromat? What do you think?
Oh, gosh, that is a difficult question. I don't know. Well, I guess because it's not a laundromat. And I guess perhaps it's this idea that laundromat is sort of like automatic, and it's like a laundromat rather than a laundry-mat. So it's sort of creating a new word, where they're focusing on the laundry by having the laundry without the Y. But then the OMAT may mean the fact that it's where you can go to do laundry. But honestly, I don't know why it is laundromat.
But you still pronounce it laundromat.
Well, I pronounce it laundromat.
That's wrong.
How is that wrong? You can't.
Ask anyway.
Ask. Okay. You guys comment in the comments below, and if we post this on Facebook or wherever, comment and let us know how you pronounce it. Whether you say laundromat, 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 laundromat. I don't know how you pronounce it, but let us know and emphasize on the syllables. That way we can tell what you're saying, and don't just spell it out. Apparently, she wants me to wrap it up. Okay, my question for you.
Okay.
This is a fairly simple one, or it could be, I guess. I don't know. It's nothing as in-depth as laundromat. My question for you is, who is your favorite superhero and why?
I've never really given any consideration to that. Oh, no. Yes, I have. Elastigirl. Because from The Incredibles, I love that quote where they say, "You are Elastigirl, pull yourself together." Maybe it's the other way around. But sometimes I just need someone to say that to me, like if I'm having a little freak out moment, just to say, "Pull yourself together, you're Elastigirl." Something like that. So there, she's my favorite. And I would love to be stretchy and bendy. I just kicked over my paper towel roll thing.
Well, that's interesting because we were actually talking about The Incredibles last night. It's a really good movie. I really like that. Right. But this has been our first show. It hasn't been very long, but I hope you guys have liked it.
That's long enough.
Yeah.
The episodes won't be too much longer than this.
Right. So comment any questions you guys have, any comments you have. Let us know how you pronounce laundromat. And if you want to let us know what your favorite superhero is and why, that'd be great too. Well, Rebekah apparently doesn't care, but I do, so you can let me know. Don't let Rebekah know, but you can let me know. And our next show will be sometime...
Surprise, yeah.
In the future. All right. You guys have a fantastic day.
Peace
See you
out.
later.